Hello. Today we've got this little device here, and this is a flashing light. I would like to demonstrate that by pressing this button, but unfortunately it doesn't work. So this is the thing that's gone wrong here. This is the very tiny little switch. That's what's gone wrong. Okay, so we shall try and fix it. So what we need now is a screwdriver. Take out all these screws. There's it. There we are. 6 of these here. Now Diana bought about 6 of these and had them outside for a couple of days charging, and we didn't switch them on, and then when we did switch them on after a few days, they some of them worked and 2 of them didn't. So that means there's a problem with the switch, and it's the same thing with each one. Is this switch here. Now it should come in 2, because I've fixed the 2 of these, and this is an extra one that's gone wrong. So that should come out. There we are. Okay, that's how it comes apart. And this is the very clever flame effect diode, which are very effective. So we need to get that working. And what's happened here, I've already taken this off here. So this is the little switch area. We need to focus. This is the switch area. That doesn't seem to be functioning. So what I did, I prised this open here with a pin and revealed this. Now it was all gungy, and you can probably see it now, it's quite a gungy state, but it was worse than that. So what we can do now, we can hopefully remove this. Oh, these 2 screws here to reveal the switch. Now I did manage to find some identical switches to this. Oh, there's the screw gun. And I can't find them. But I did find some other ones, which are these, this one here, which is a tiny bit bigger. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to cut it down and fix it. So it does pop in and out, but it's the contacts have eroded, so it's not working. Okay, so the best thing to do is unsolder this. I think it's this funny lead-free solder, which isn't very good. I don't think so anyway. So we've got some original here. This must date back to the 70s. I've had this a very long time, and it could probably last my lifetime. I've had lots of soldering experiences with that. So the idea is to remove this entirely. See if that will help bring it up here. It's not easy working to a camera. Oh, there it is. No, it's not easy at all, that. And it's very hot. It's halfway out. It's not the ideal way to do it. But there we are. That's the circuit board. I just have to clean up the holes now. I think what we could do, we could maybe zoom down there. That would be useful, wouldn't it? Okay, we'll work on the top of that. Solder, there it is. I lost where it was. Let's melt all that. Ah! And that's my way of removing solder. Probably not the best way. A bit like a poker, this thing. One moment. Get some extra focus. There we are. We've got some extra focus now. I can see what I'm doing. So that's 3 clear. Right, not 3. That's 4. There's 5. It looks like it's number 6 there. Yeah, we've got a way through. That's good. Right, so soldering iron back. Not sure which way around it goes, but it certainly goes in. Certainly fits. That's a start. Now we'll have a bit of blue tack. Can we say that? I think we can. Stop myself burning my fingers. That's 1. That's 2. Maybe try this one, that might be easier. Get some proper solder on this contact point here. There we are. I suppose I ought to demonstrate that this thing works. So let me zoom out again. How do we zoom out? There we go. So if we just join these two together, cover that up, you see it works. How good is that? So it's just a switch making a contact on there. You've got to cover the solar panel up so it doesn't think it's daylight. Right, so back in here, and we'll solder these bits together. Get a bit of lead solder on. That's good stuff, lead solder. I like it anyway. And we say solder, not solder. When I say solder, that's like an 18th century word. So these two just pop on here. It's shorted. And come on, you can do it. I think I cooled it down too far with the wet sponge. And here we go with this one. Near enough for jazz. That one's a bit poor soldery wise. I shall make that better. Get a bit of heat on there, get that plastic melted. Now then, let's see if it works. So close that up. Send that, pretend it's night time. And that seems to work. Marvellous, okay. All we have to do is put it together, but first we need to zoom in again to this thing. Where are we? There we are. And let's just chop this off with my expensive snips. That's a beautiful snip. Still works, that's good. And we will put it all back together. So, where's this device? Put the top on. Slide that in there. Oh, see, I keep forgetting. You see, I'm not looking what I'm doing. Put that together in there. Goes in some little slots. You can see that there. It goes in a slot there, and this is a slot here which holds it together. And now we can put this back together. Screws. I think they're in here somewhere. Oh, there's one. There's always one. Looks like I've lost the other one. So I'll put that back in there. This is the fiddly bit. I'm supposed to keep talking all the time. Now I was supposed to tell you about, now I used to be an electrician, and then my hobby was electronics. So that was when I could see properly, when you're young. But as you get old, you need glasses, and they forever get in the way. So there we are, that's back together. I don't know if you saw that. Maybe we need a bit more lighting here. Oh, we'll come down again. There we are. I'll put that there so we can see what we're doing. Oh, that's better. No, it's not. That's much better. And maybe we'll increase the brightness. Put the other screw back in. Never easy, these. Okay, we'll tighten that up, that one. Now then, will it switch on and off? No, it won't, because I think this plunger's sticking out too far. So we'll pull that off, snip a bit off there, because it's making contact all the time. So let's put this back together. You don't need to see this bit. Most haste, least speed. Right, we're back together there, and we have a switch, and it's, I can see it's sticking out a little bit there, and it's making that work, so that's good. But as soon as you get this plunger on here, it's sticking out too far. So what we need to do, we need to get the little box again. The box, where'd that come from? The reel of solder, and we get the little rubber plunger and we snip a bit off, because that's how it works. Making sure we're not snipping anything else. Yeah, we got that. So now then, that should just work properly. And the other way. This thing keeps coming out. I should glue it in so it doesn't. It's very annoying. So there we are. In fact, I put some blue tack on it. Good stuff, blue tack. It uses it for everything. Stick that on there. Now here, you can hear it working and you can see it working. But we need to get this little grommet in. So hopefully it's going to work. Might have to take it out again just to force it. No, I think I can do it. I can do it. Oh, nearly. Just this last corner. Come on, in. Are you in? No, yes, no, yes. Oh, nearly, very nearly. See if that goes in. I think it's in. I think we're in. I think we've contact. Okay. I think we failed a little bit there. So plan B. Now plan B is just to glue this on the top here. Let's come out again. Plan B. Pop that on the top. In fact, we need some glue. I shall be back in a moment. Don't go away. And here we are, a bit of glue. This is a Gorilla Glue, which seems to work really well. So we get a bit there. We daub it round the outside edge, making sure it doesn't gum the works up anywhere. I think we have it. Now the problem with these is it's the seal. Water gets in and it stops working, so we just pop this on here, hold it for a few seconds, and that should have done it. I'll put the lid on the glue so it doesn't go everywhere. And this has moved again. This is annoying. Maybe I should glue that. Right, that's in. So let's see if it works now. Yeah, that works really well. Not. Oh! I think what I've done, I've taken too much, I've cut too much off the middle. Oh no. So plan B is to pull all the extra stuff off here. Let's see if we can see what we're doing. Some more glue around there. And I think that's one of the places that the water got in, because I've just took the edge off it there, the extra thing that goes through the hole. Oh! Right. Place that ever so carefully just there, and let's hope it works this time. Just hold it for a few seconds. I few more seconds. Make sure it's straight over the hole. Sorry. And zoom out a bit. Okay. Put this thing back for the 10th time. That should be operational. I'll cover the solar panel bit up and see if it works. Oh, I can hear it. Why is it not working? It's a bit twisted. Why is it? Oh, the wires come off that. Why? Goodness me. This isn't easy. Let's have another bash at soldering this. I'm going to solder on there. Solder. And we pop it down here. Got a bit of heat. Now then, has it stuck? Oh, it stuck to my blue tag. Oh, and there it's working. Come on, zoom out. There we go. How good is that? Right, we can put it back together now. Only, the trouble is, just here, we need to have a look at this. Let's zoom into this. See, the trouble here, if you can see that, is that there is a gap here, and when the rain falls outside, it falls in this middle bit here, and it goes through this hole. Now, when we got them, they had some hot glue stuffed down there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a bit of Blue Tech, and I'm going to bung the hole up. That's the theory. And hopefully it's going to seal it so we don't get any more water coming in. Let's just separate these wires a little bit so we can get there. That's the Blue Tech down the hole. Put the wires in the gap. There's a tiny bit of glue there. Let's get rid of that. That could have caused problems later. So we've got the glue out. I'll make a little bit of a sausage here, and we'll pop that across here and hopefully create a better seal. That's nearer for jazz. Bit round there. Good stuff, Blue Tech. I like it. Comes in handy all the time. Make another sausage. Like being at school, then. Plasticine. Right, here we go. One down there. One there, across the bottom. And that should do it. Take that off. Yeah, that should seal it up, I think. Now we have this little thing here. You can see the hot glue on it, so we'll take that off. And any other remnants. That should be good. And now pop that back in there and squeeze it tight. Let's hope that's sorted it. I'll put a bit more blue tack on there just to seal it. Oh yes, that's going to be good. I've missed out on that. Did we get a seal on there? I think we did, but we'll have let's have a bit more now. Now I've ruined it. This bit'll do. Stick it on. In fact, let's start again. Make a proper sausage this time. With my sausage fingers. So yes, I did my time as an electrician, did the apprenticeship, and we did all that good stuff in a factory, and then we saw the light. In fact, we saw daylight, and decided to exit the factory scene, and eventually I became self-employed as a cameraman, and that's why we're doing this today, because we can. Right, make a better job of sealing that this time, because this is so important to get a really, really good seal around here. Oh, that's gone in. That's very good. Yeah. Right, pop the top on, zoom out again, lots of zoom in here, pop the top on. They're really good, these lamps, when they're working, and unfortunately it's just the ingress of water that kills it. In fact, what we'll do, we'll show you the inside the tiny switch when we get this back together. This is always a tricky bit, getting the screws in the holes. Last one, where's that one? There's that one. Nice and tight. Is this one tight? Oh yeah, that's tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's one missing. There's one, and I think it goes down. Goes down there. think we still have one missing. See, when you always put things back together, there's always one screw missing. And that's it there, it's missing. So we shall have a look on the floor, because it could be anywhere. I can't see more than 6 inches away because I've got 2 pairs of glasses on. I'll take one pair off. Oh, there it is. Get the extra pair back on. And where was it? There it was. Not the easiest thing to see. You need little fingers for this, not sausages. Oh, how lucky was that? That's good. So there we are, all back together. We've got that glued, so there's no water going to go in there because it was rather loose, this little thing. So you put your hand over the top of there, pretend it's night time, and it works. How good is that? Right, so let's have a look at this tiny little switch. Zoom in, zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, oh, that's very close. Where are we there? Little advert for Adept or whatever that is. So there we are, that's the tiny little switch. It does go in and out. I did squirt some WD-40 in that, but that didn't solve it. So how we get these to operate, not to operate, just to get them open. There's a little flap there, twist it over, and there's another flap there. And with a middle look, you can take that off. So there's the top bit. And there's the latch mechanism. I don't know if you can see that. That's the latch mechanism. And you take that off, and you've got a spring. There's the spring. Take that out. That's stuck now. And that leaves you with this tiny little thing. It is tiny. So you've got, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Give it some brightness. And you've got a contact there, and if you look at that side, the contacts come off. So that's a problem. And same as this side, you can see where it's corroded there. And that's your little contact. Oh, that's come off, you see. There it is. That's your tiny, tiny contact. That's broken, corroded. Did it come off that one or that one? See, I think one's come off that one as well. So they're very delicate, these things. So when you press that down, there's a little latching mechanism that hooks onto there and holds it in, and then you press it again and it pops it down, slides it over, and the spring at the bottom is very clever because it touches this little bit here. Now you're not probably going to see this at all, but down there, can you see that? Down there, there's the end of this, goes to the middle, and when it presses on it, it shoots it over. Very clever how they've done it. See if I can make that any brighter for you. No, you're not seeing that. But that's basically how it works. And I do have, I do have 6 of these because you buy them at eBay. I think it was something like £1.90 or something. So we can fix all the lights that have broken and seal them properly so they won't get damaged again. So that's how you fix one of these really nice lamps. That's really good. It looks really good at night. See if we can darken that down a bit. Looks like a real flame. And that's all it was, the switch. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll do it again soon.